Hello, it's Dave Shalito again with another dose of Dave. Today, the 9 layers of wealth. In today's dose of Dave, we're going to talk about the 9 layers of wealth and what they are. One of the reasons why climbing this ladder and getting to the next layer is for entrepreneurs so damned hard is because jumping to that next level always involves letting go of something or turning away from something. And we entrepreneurs, we're not very good at that. So let's get the first layer of wealth out of the way. The first layer of wealth is the victim. Now, victims can't even deal with their own problems, the problems in their own mind. You've met these people. Everything is always somebody else's fault. And as you'll understand, the victim mentality denies responsibility. And without taking responsibility for your own actions and outcomes, you will forever be a victim in life. So let's move on to the second layer of wealth, is the survivor. Now, survivors can deal with whatever they generate in the moment. Immediate, self-created problems only. These folks are probably on benefits and they'll stumble from one financial crisis to the next. They have no real projection, they don't have any real plan for changing the situation, and they certainly have no vision. Now, the third layer of wealth is the worker. This is pretty much everybody else. Schooling, establishment systems, all designed to try and get victims, the first two, and survivors, to become workers. Now, workers can deal with future problems. They project themselves on average apparently about 6.5 years into the future. These folks are family people. They are employment, they pay taxes and they run vehicles. It's basically everybody. Next, fourth is the player. Now, the player deals with problems outside the family unit. They turn towards the problems of a chosen niche market. They probably own a small business, but that relies on them, relies on their talent. It's personality dependent. The better they are at servicing the needs of their marketplace, the more money generally that they'll make. Now, it's very, very frustrating for that kind of person to move up to the fifth layer of wealth. The fifth layer is the performer. Now, the performer deals with the problems of a team that they've built to service the chosen marketplace. So they must turn away from the problems of the marketplace and face the problems of their team. This is very difficult for entrepreneurs. Seventh layer, conductor. Now, a conductor deals with the problems of multiple teams and multiple marketplaces. It's pretty straightforward. Next up is a trustee, the eighth level. This person deals with many conductors beneath them, like Richard Branson is an example. And the ninth level is the composer. Composers change the system at a political or organic level. So those are the 9 levels. There is actually a 10th level, legend, but that's a different cookie altogether. So we've got victim, survivor, worker, player, performer, conductor, trustee and composer. Those are the 9 layers of wealth, each requiring that you give up something at every leap. You turn away from something to move up a layer. Now, if you're watching this video, it's highly likely you're trying to step from player to performer. You've been addressing the needs of a niche marketplace. Now, to leap, you need to stop doing that and start dealing with the needs of a team that you build to address the needs of the marketplace, okay? Now, this is very, 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 very hard when you have the entrepreneur's mentality. You're used to doing it all yourself. But in order to build a business which, for instance, can be sold, you must make the transition from personality dependent to systems dependent. From personality dependent to systems dependent. Nobody's going to buy a business off you if it's personality dependent. Now, does all that sound flowery? We've covered a lot there and it might seem a little confusing. So let me try and give you a real world example so you can get your teeth into what I'm talking about. Let's say that you are a graphic designer. Now, this could easily be a carpet fitter or a direct sales copywriter, but let's stick to graphic designer. If your current marketing efforts bring in, say, 2 new clients a month, you can make a good living, right? With 2 clients a month. But let's say that that's not your goal to make a living. You want an Aston Martin DB9 and a villa in France. Okay, you've got other goals. So you come to somebody like me, and between us we work on a system to make the phone ring. And before long, you're getting 20 people a week wanting a quote. 80 people a month. Now let me ask you, are you going to service all their needs? 80 people a month? Nope. Now you're bringing in graphic designers to do the work from outside. Okay, you've now transitioned from being a graphic designer, a player, to owning a graphic design business. These are not the same things. You had no choice, frankly, after I made the phone ring off the hook, because now your day is spent tweaking the system and looking after the needs of your team. You've become a performer. Now, if you're a graphic designer, you may love design, but if you want the DB9 and the villa in France, you've got to turn away from the Mac and sit at a different desk. The good news is, now that we've systemized your business, you now work on the business, not in the business. I'm sure you've heard that before. And this also means that you can now go on holiday, by the way, or you can be off sick, by the way, and it all doesn't come tumbling down like a house of cards. So I hope you've got something from that. To get more Dose of Dave videos like this, just subscribe to my new channel. Then click the link below, get in touch, and let's get you some clarity and direction. Till next time, bye.